I've known of Jesus my whole entire life. I grew up in the church. My dad actually was in church leadership, and I've always known of him, but I didn't give my life to Jesus until I was about 19. That's when I made a decision. And what it's come down to since I made that initial decision is how many decisions and choices he's thrown in front of me. And one of the biggest, most difficult decisions is a daily one sometimes. Sometimes it just comes in huge waves and seasons. And it's the choice for life. Choosing life and choosing to go on to the next day. And so part of that comes the side of like life when you're fighting for it. It's depression, it's emotions, it's suicide, it's you versus yourself. And through all of that, when I was 20 years old, I had signed up for a part-time ministry school, and I thought, oh yeah, I'm in the church, this is great. Wasn't exactly what I wanted to do, but I felt I was being led to do that. And so as soon as I got in there, instant regret and dissatisfaction with everything in my life. And I had tried going out with a girl, and it wasn't meeting that need, so I just called it off. And I was trying to get into this Bible school, and I was just like, what am I doing here? Why do I want to be a part of this at all? And it's just this constant battle inside of your head. And every day, every minute was new decisions. And I remember being at a conference during being in the school. It was a Christian conference at the church, and I remember like I would go home, and I would go home and get drunk because nothing was meeting that need. And I was like, why is God not in this? If I am in the place where he dwells, around the people that he's in and through, why do I not feel the wholeness of Jesus coming and being with me? Why don't I feel that love and that light and that joy? And so I would battle with that every day, and so like the alcohol increased, and I would come into class just like a wreck. And it was a few of those nights that I was just like getting towards Christmas, even, seasonally, that quieter, darker time for a lot of people. That's stressful, the expectation. And I just came to the end of myself, and I said, why? Why would I go on another day? Why would I want to live in this world if this is it? And so one night, actually, we were at a small group in my church. It was a young adult group, and I had decided that was the night I was going to go home and blow my head off. And I tried to get out of there early because it was ending. I see it was wrapping up. I was just like, I'm done. I'm out. I don't want another second of this. And the guy leading it, it was his house he was hosting, and he says, hey, Jayden, come here. So he takes me upstairs, and he says, man, I've never seen so much death on you in my life. What's going on? And I didn't even have words then, at that time, to explain how I felt and what was going on. And I just cried and wept for so long. And he didn't have any advice for me except just hold on a little longer. That's all he said. He's just hold on a little longer. And so that was a weekend, and then it came back to the week. It was the last week before the Christmas break at the school there, and again, the thoughts kept coming back. It's like, as soon as I leave here and walk in my home, this is my last minute. I have to take any of this in. And then God came again and to the instructor in the class, and he says, we're going to pray for Jayden today. And I don't like that... to be on the spot. Nobody likes to be on the spot. It's not fun. But in that moment, I was, as much as I wanted to dash out the door and get away, it was so important for me to stay. So again, it was that decision that is, do I want to want life, or do I want to want hope for tomorrow? And so they prayed for me, and I felt God lift something off that day that was really dark. And like going into Christmas, it was phenomenal. The next semester, it didn't have the life and the emotions of joy and the feelings of good that I wanted, but it was at peace. I was at peace. I was at sea level. I was no longer drowning. I wasn't stuck in my mind. I wasn't stuck in the things that I'd been obsessed over and hate for this life. And it's only been this last while that, like, that was years ago, and it's lately that God's teaching me how to strive for joy and have a hope for tomorrow, and hope that something's going to get better, and to actually believe that it's not just that left behind. That's not the end. That's not the end of it. That's not all there is. There's so much more just beyond the door. Just walk a little bit farther. Hold on a little bit longer. And there's hope.